Oh, ain't nothing to it. I start working on this gear about middle of February. I catch my first fish about last week in April. So you work about 2 months on the gear just to get it ready. Then you take what you get. You have good years, you have bad years. I'm gonna say them sea robins. Oh, nice red sea robin. Red robin goes bob, bob, bob on the wall. I'm gonna bob him. Bob him right in the boat. I don't work for any unions. I don't have any sick pay. I don't have any vacation time. None of that trash. Just go to work, that's all. I get this thing back down.
Daddy was a payman right here in Springs on Fireplace Road. Never had much school, but he knew a few things on Fireplace Road. Never had much business up across the tracks with a highfalutin and a Cadillac. Just sold his cash and it came right back on Fireplace Road. When the sun comes up on a brand new day, and you see them boats out on Gardiner's Bay, well, wave goodbye to a long tradition. Life spent rigging and farming and fishing, and pulling on is a man's ambition on Fireplace Road.
The first time I ever went fishing, I went to a pound trap. And that's what I do now. And it's like, beginning of my life, probably going to be the end of my life. I started fishing full-time when I was 16 years old. I quit school and went fishing full-time. The principal said to me, "You'll be sorry." And I said, I don't think so. You can't teach me what I want to know. And I've been fishing ever since. And the only time I didn't fish was only 2 years that when I was in the Army, when I was drafted. And actually, I did fish those years too, because whenever I got a chance, I came home on leave and went fishing. I mean, you hear people all the time complain about their job. This is not a job. This is just a way of life. I mean, I know a lot of fishermen that have done a lot of other jobs on the side, especially when fishing was poor, but I've always made it go. Whatever I had to do, clamming, scalloping, gill netting, hand lining. You don't consider it a job, it's just what you do. You know, it's your life. Not too many people can say that. They've done what they loved all their life, you know? And one of the old bubbies, I guess. I'm kind of a new barnacle, because I've only been here 54 years, so. Bonnet. We used to call this Bonnet Springs was Bonnet, Accabonock. That's where it comes from, Accabonock Harbor.
So Springs was part of the early history of the town of East Hampton. First of all, the town was not settled in 1648 because the Montaukets were here already. That's the first thing we got to remember. So the first family settled right around the green, you know, right in the village, where the town pond is and the cemetery is. And immediately, they started trekking down to Accabonock because of the salt hay that was down here that used to have for bedding for animals and feed at times. It was small farming, fishing, raising animals. I think that's where Springs began. You see in the town records the road to Accabonock or the trip down to Accabonock. So they called him the Bonnickers. Originally, it was not a term of endearment. It was a term of derision. Coming down from Bonnet Creek, you know, and then they come up to town in their clothes that don't look like ours. It was a hard knock life.